Hello everyone, my name is Kate Marshall. The name of my channel is called Inked Paper Art. Thank you so much for joining me today for day 12 of 365 days of junk journal ideas. Today I'm going to share with you the secret formula for making coin envelopes out of any type of bendable material. I'm also going to show you a new way of using coin envelopes in our junk journals. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to need is whatever you're going to build your coin envelope out of. For today's demonstration, I'm going to use a piece of paper because it is probably going to be the easiest to show you. However, you can make these coin envelopes out of fabric and soft materials. You can make them out of lace. You can make coin envelopes out of anything as long as you can bend it. I'm going to share the secret formula with you right now. The secret formula is you need to have whatever you want to make your coin envelope out of be a square first. So this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. In order to make it, I need a square. So I'm going to go ahead and cut down my sheet of paper to a square. Now I'm going to make this so that I can use it that special way that I'm going to show you. A new way of using it in our junk journals. So for that purpose, I want something that fits on a junk journal page. So I want a 7-inch square of paper. You can make yours smaller and you'll have a smaller coin envelope. You can make yours larger and you will end up with a larger coin envelope. For me today, like I said, I want to make it so it fits on a junk journal page. So I want a 7-inch by 7-inch sheet of paper. So as long as you have a square, you can make a coin envelope. And as long as your paper can bend, or whatever you're making it out of can bend, you can make a coin envelope out of it. And let's go ahead and get started by folding our paper like this. We're going to fold it so that it overlaps a little bit, okay? It's easier for me to do it from the side. So I'm just going to fold down my flaps so that they overlap. And the thing I'm paying attention to is the bottom down here. And I'm making sure that each time before I fold, that my papers are lined up down here at the bottom. So before I fold this one, and I don't want to fold it over very much, I just want to fold it enough to get glue in there. So there we go. And I just make sure that it's lined up down here. Everything is flush. We're good to go to the next step. So after that, I'm going to fold up about 1/4 inch right here. And I'm just using my fingers. I'm not measuring, about 1/4 inch. Okay, right there. And so I'm just adjusting that one, 1/4 inch. I've got glue on my fingers and it's rolling off as we go. All right, so we've got 1/4 inch fold down here. And I'm going to fold up about 3/4 inch to maybe 1 inch right here. There's about 1 inch right there. And now at this point, sorry for the glue, hazard of crafting. At this point, I'm going to bone fold everything. And that's mostly going to give us nice sharp lines for me to show you on camera. There's a couple more steps before our coin envelope is done. And one of them is maybe, it's easy after you do it, but a little tricky without being able to see the fold lines clearly. Next, you want to open up your coin envelope. And you should see that you have a small fold section down here and a larger fold section up here. We're going to work on the small fold section. So this is going to be our bottom of our coin envelope that we're going to glue closed. And in order to make that happen, you need to trim off with scissors this section right here. So this section right here, we're going to cut on the inside of the fold line up to our fold line here. Don't go past it, just up to it. Then from here, we're going to make a cut in the center panel at an angle. Okay, and I'll show you this again. A center cut there on the center panel at an angle there. And then if you want to do it this way, some people find this easier. You can go ahead and cut your angle first up to that line like that, and then cut on the inside of this fold line. You can do it either way. It doesn't really matter. Whatever helps you. And you're going to end up with something that looks like this. This side is done. We don't have to worry about this side anymore. Now we're going to worry about this side. This side right here is the large fold section. It's the envelope flap to our coin envelope. And the next thing that you want to do, and this is where things get a little tricky, not really, but if this is the first time you've ever made it, just follow along closely here and we'll get through it. Once you've made one of these, you will know how to make this envelope for the rest of your life. So then we have a top flap and a bottom flap like this. We're going to take those top and bottom flap and we're going to roll them together so that they meet up down here in this corner. Okay. And so sometimes it's easier to pick it up and hold it in your hand and roll them together, line them up right there with your finger. You just want everything to meet at this corner. Okay. We're not creasing this side over here. We're just rolling it so that we can get stuff to line up. Okay. It's lined up right there. And so from there, you have something that looks like this. And then right here is the trickiest thing we're going to do. And it's super, super tricky. We're going to cut an angle right here. It's not very tricky at all, but some people might mess this step up. So I'm going to go slow. So you have your fold line. Where's my fold line? My fold line's right there. See it? I'm going to cut on the inside of that fold line at an angle up to the corner right here. And so it's easier if I just show you. So while holding everything together with my thumb, I'm just going to cut an angle to that corner point right there. That's it. That was the tricky part. It's all over. So you end up with something that looks like this. You're going to open it back up. That's what you've got. And then right here on these two fold lines, you're going to cut them right at the fold line, completely right on the fold line, just like that. And then just like this. And then we're done. We don't have any more cutting to do. The next thing that you're going to want to do, you don't have to, this is optional. You can corner round these corners right here. I like the look of the corner round. I think it looks more like what actual coin envelopes look like. I'm going to use the crocodile corner chomper and I'm going to cut them on the 1/2 inch side. Now you'll notice that when you take your paper and you try to put it in there to corner round, because remember we're corner rounding our flap out here. When you try to put it in there, it's not going to go because it's going to hit this flap right here when you try to put it in there. You just need to fold in your flaps for this part of it, right? Just fold in your flaps, then put your corner down in there and corner around it. And I kind of squished mine, so I'm going to do that again. There we go. And then do that one. There we go. So then we're completely done. We have no more cutting, corner rounding, folding, nothing. So we're going to ink. We're going to ink. If you want to ink, ink. If you don't want to ink, then don't ink. But I think they look nice inked. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it. And I'm going to ink the whole thing, even though the way that I'm going to show you how to use this is a new idea. I have not done it before and I've not seen it done before. I mean, it's not like revolutionary, but I'm just saying. So we're going to do it. But the way that I'm going to use it, I don't really need to ink around the whole thing, but I will just so that we can see the finished coin envelope. It helps for the camera too, because I know things are hard to see with this light. It's dark here. It's winter time and, you know, it gets dark pretty early here. So I'm just inking the whole thing, all the fold lines, all the flaps, even though some of them will get glue on them and we will not see our inking. But for now, we're doing the whole thing. And so I'm inking this little guy here. And you'll see that I'm inking pretty much that whole flap. Pretty much that whole flap. You'll see why here in just a minute. On the inside of my coin envelope, I don't need to do any inking because things are going to fold. So we're good. The next thing I'm going to show you, so the outside looks like this. I've inked right here. There we go. We're going to fold in this panel. This panel folds over top of that panel and it seals with glue. This piece down here folds up and it seals with glue. And this piece right here, you would leave open so that you have a coin envelope. I'm going to go ahead and glue it. So to glue these two flaps here and these big flaps closed, what you want to do is you want to find which one overlaps, right? Which one is your top flap? This one is my top one because it overlaps my bottom one. So I'm going to fold that one open and I'm going to put a bead of glue up as close to the edge as I can here on the bottom one. And then I'm going to put a bead of glue on the inside of this one that folds over. So the one that folds over, I put the glue on the inside. The one that folds like this, I put it on the outside. So that when I fold two of them together, they make a nice channel of glue right there. And this flap right here is completely closed. Like there's no way that it is ever going to come open, right? And then we want to seal up this bottom section. So, just take your glue around and seal up that one. And then, oops, well, that happened. And then seal it up. And now you have a completed coin envelope. Everything is done, right? And so it opens like this. And you can stuff it full of stuff. I'm going to show you now how I want to use the coin envelope in a new way. So for me, I'm going to decorate my coin envelope before I show you just because I want to glue it somewhere. And once I glue it, we can't really, we could decorate it, but it's easier to glue it after it's decorated. So let's go ahead and cover up the decoration part. I'm going to use this digital. This is my French antique letter scans. So I'm going to cut one of these out quickly. And then we're going to glue this one on, and that's going to be the full extent of my decorating today. I do have some finished tags and things like that I want to show you guys, and I want to show you where we're going to glue this guy down. And so I'm just cutting out one of these envelope fronts. These letters are from the 1860s, 70s, 80s, and they're from France, and I'll show you those original ones too that I scanned. So there's that. And then we're just going to ink that just quickly, very, very quickly. I'm not giving it a whole lot of ink, just a little, a little to cover up the white edge. Okay, we're good there. We've inked it. And now we're going to glue that on. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and use the glue stick, the Oohoo glue stick. And so I'm just going to go ahead and ink on the back side of this. It's the leftover paper from there. And there we go. Glue on the back of it. This is the Oohoo Magic Glue Stick. It is so juicy today. All right, there we go. We're going to glue this right on. And so I'm going to glue this so that it basically covers the whole thing. I'm just sliding it into place, evenly spacing my top and my bottom. Getting it on there, and we're good. Okay, there's that. And so from here, what I want to do is I want to get my art glitter glue because I'm going to glue this to a journal page. Before I do that, I'm going to take one more ink and I'm just going to blend that ink up because my envelope was just slightly smaller than my coin envelope. So I'm just going to blend that ink up and cover up any coin envelope that's showing. And then from right here, I put glue everywhere. So I got to open that back up. And then I'm going to put art glitter glue on this flap because I'm going to seal up my flap. I don't want this flap hanging out right now. So I'm going to seal it up with art glitter glue. And I'm going to just open it like this, and I'm just going to push it to the inside, and then I'm going to seal it just like that. Okay. And so now I've got this situation. Is it making sense why I inked it so much? Okay. So then I'm going to take my punch that I like to poke my thumb notches with, which is the Stampin' Up! One, and I'm going to put it in here so that I can thumb notch this guy. So basically I can see from the back side here, and I'm just going to, evenly space it, and I'm going to thumb hole notch right there. And so there we go. I've thumb hole notched it. There we are. And I'm going to give that a quick ink, and I will come back and trim that up with scissors. But now you can see why I inked right here on that little flap. Okay, so we've got that part done. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a journal page, any kind of blank journal page, a decorated journal page, doesn't matter. And I'm going to glue this on as a belly band. And I'm going to slide one of my tags here that I've made. I've made these beautiful tags. I'm going to slide one of these tags in there. And then we've got this pocket right here. So when you put it on as a belly band, you're going to glue up both sides of it from the back. So I'm going to glue both sides. And I'm going to put it right on my page just like this. And there we go. We've got that down and that down. And now we have this lovely pocket right here that is actually the coin envelope, right? The coin envelope. And so that's going to be a nice place to slide a tag in. And then I've got a nice big belly band right here to put another tag in. And so this is the way I found to use coin envelopes while I was playing today. And I think it's a good one. It's a belly band and a nice big coin envelope over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own coin envelopes out of whatever material you want. You can make them out of fabric and then sew them. It works perfectly fine. I've done it earlier today. So I'm going to continue to play with these coin envelopes. I hope you guys had a good time today, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for day 13, lucky day 13 of 365 days of junk journal ideas. Thanks, guys.